everyone. I apologize that we are not able to do our regularly scheduled Thursday class due to our Live Strong program that we are launching. It turns out I have to start training as of this Thursday, and it will be running all day, so unfortunately that will leave me unavailable for our normal regular scheduled class. So I'm offering this recording that you can do at any time that works for you today. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll begin with just grounding ourselves. And begin to notice your posture, length of the neck, making sure shoulders are down and back. Notice your breath. Bring it to a nice rhythm that works for you, nice slow rhythm that works for you. And we'll begin to get some movement in the neck, upper spine here, circles with the nose. And we'll go the other way. Bring it back to center. We're going to bring the chin parallel to the floor and push back, creating a double chin. And release. One more time. Inhale. On the exhale, push back. And release. We're going to do some nose. Nice slow nose. Just easing the neck side to side. Trying to sync your breath with your movement. Back to center. We'll do some yeses. Breathing out when you look down, breathing in when you look up. And we'll tilt left ear to left shoulder. And turn to look at the arm. Center, tilt right ear to right shoulder. And turn to look at the arm. To center. We're going to swirl the shoulders back, really squeeze the shoulder blades together, making the chest bigger, syncing your breath with your movement. So breathing in when you come up, breathing out when you come down. Just really getting in tune with the body here. forward. And release back to center. We're gonna plant the right hand, present the left. Breathe in as we bring it up, keeping the chest facing forward. Breathe out as we bend over to the side. And breathe in. Plant the left hand, present the right, bring it up. Inhale, and exhale as you bring it over. And bring it back to center. Long, tall twist stretch, bringing the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind to brace. Nice long, tall spine as we twist. Don't force it, just take it to where it feels good. We'll go the other way. Again, long, tall spine, brace with your hands, don't force it. And bring it back to center. We'll begin to do some abdominal swirls. Really get the spine and all of those flexions, bending it out to the side. When you're out to the side, bending and curving it out, bringing it back out to the side and arching it when you're forward. And we'll go the other way. And back to center. Next, we're going to turn to the long end of our mat. And we're going to have a block there to support us, or a rolled up towel. Many of you who are used to attending my classes probably know where this is headed. Bring this out of the way so you can see. All right. We'll lengthen the spine. You can take a slight bend in the knees, whatever works for you. Take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we'll come forward. Again, don't force it. Just take it to where it feels good. Feeling a nice stretch along the back of the legs, lower spine. Inhale as we bring it back up. Exhale as we use our core to slowly lower ourselves down. Shoulder blades underneath, tilt the pelvis up, getting a little bit of support in the lower spine. We're then going to bring the bottoms of our feet to the ground, bringing our knees up in the air. Then we're going to raise our feet up and hold a 90-degree bend with our legs. Then we're going to gently, on an exhale, let both legs go to the right. Nice twist stretch here. Nice big inhale. On the exhale, we'll raise the legs back up to center. Take another deep inhale in here. On the next exhale, we'll gently lower the legs to the left. Exhale, we'll raise the legs back up to center. Place the feet down. Bring the palms of the hands down to the ground. And here we're going to slowly peel the lower spine up off the ground, coming into a glute bridge. Try to keep the neck nice and long, and try not to let the chin shrug into the chest here. Lower down. Grab from behind the legs, come back up to a seat. And here we're going to take a moment to open that upper spine. So here you can take a rolled up towel. That tends to be a little more gentler way to get started with this stretch, because this stretch can be intense when you first get used to doing it. But it's really good if you spend a lot of time staring down or working on computer work or looking at your phone or reading books. This is often the position that we find ourselves in, and so this is a really good stretch to help counteract that. So we take our block or our folded towel, and we have it prepared between our shoulder blades. You may already have it on the ground if that works for you, especially if it's a rolled up towel. You want to make sure there's also support for your neck. So I have a short neck, so that works for my block, but you may need a second block for your head or an extra rolled up towel. We're going to come back, keeping that in between our shoulder blades, and brace up, and then just let the shoulder blades slowly open around the block, letting the chest just kind of gently open up. Don't force it. Try to let your breath ease you through the stretch. Really focus on that. And exhale, we'll sit back up, move our block or our towel out of the way, crisscross the legs, and come forward onto all fours. Here we're going to take notice first before we move any further, making sure that our fingers are nice and wide, slightly clawed, to make sure that we're not taking all of just the pressure right into our wrists, but all the way through the hand. If you have wrist issues, you can also use fists, keeping the wrists in a more straighter position. Depends on what works for you. Tops of the feet are flat into the ground. Knees are hip width apart. And we're holding a nice, strong, firm, flat tabletop. We're not sinking in. We're not over rounding. We're just right here at a nice neutral tabletop with our head in neutral, keeping that spine nice and long and flat. Continuous. And now we'll begin to do some cat-cows, really flexing and bending the spine. Breathing in for cow with our belly down to the ground, and exhaling for cat with the middle of the spine pushing way up to the ceiling. We'll do a few more of those on our own. Center. We're going to walk the hands out, and you can either come down to your elbows or come down to your chest, whatever works for you. We're going to keep the legs at a 90-degree bend with our bottoms up in the air. We'll start to walk it out. This can be a really nice stretch in that upper spine and the shoulders. And also go here if this is a bit too much to come all the way down. Inhale as we transition forward. And come up into Sphinx pose on our elbows. Letting that lower spine and lower abdomen just sink into the ground. And exhale, lower down, bringing the hands underneath the shoulder point. We're going to extend the right hand out parallel to the right shoulder and open up to the left. Again, don't force this. Only go as far as what feels good for your shoulder. Center. And back underneath the shoulder point. We'll extend the right hand out, or the left hand out, parallel to the left shoulder and open up to the right. Back to center. Hands underneath the shoulder point. Inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. Inhale as we come up into tabletop. Bring the toes together, widen the knees, and come back for wide leg child's pose. Inhale as we come back up, engaging the core. Bringing the knees back to hip width apart. We'll walk it forward, shifting forward into Cobra. And exhale down. Bringing the elbows underneath us, we come back up into Sphinx pose. We're going to bend the knees 90 degrees. Bring the bottoms of the feet together and widen the knees out. From here, try to squeeze the heels into your bottom, just widening out the hips for a moment. Arching up the spine. If this doesn't feel enough of a stretch for you, this is pretty good for me, but you might want to come up a little bit more to feel a little bit more stretching in the hips. Open up. We'll release the feet back down, bending the knees. Well, actually just coming out. And then we're gonna walk back, bending the knees about 90 degrees and opening up the hips a little bit more in a frog leg pose. Brace up onto the elbows, shift forward, straighten out the legs, and bring them back together, coming back to center. Bring the hands underneath the shoulder point and come back up into our tabletop. Here we're going to curl the toes under, push back, really let the feet flex, and come to sit on our heels. Take a moment to really stretch the calves out. Notice your posture and your breath here. Exhale as we come forward, back onto all fours, keeping the toes curled under. We'll push up into downward dog. Take your time here and walk it out. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, we'll walk it forward into forward fold. Here, just take a moment, let the spine open, let gravity do its job. Inhale for halfway lift, strong flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, come all the way up. Open up the arms for cactus arm and keep the chest large and open, shoulder blades squeezing back. Inhale, reach down to come up. Bring the arms all the way up. Keeping the hips nice and level, we're going to shift our weight to the left foot and bring the right foot back into high lunge. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the ground, plant the palms. Inhale, step it back for plank. Exhale, shift back into downward dog. On another exhale, walk it forward once again for forward fold. Inhale as we slowly rise up. Open palms facing forward. Nice long tall stance for a moment here. Shoulders down and back, neck nice and long, quads lifting kneecaps. Hips underneath the shoulder. Making sure that we're not overarching our lower back and we're not slouching forward. We're really taking tall thoughts here. Inhale, reach down to come up. Keep the right foot planted. Shift the weight to our right foot, keeping the hips level. You'll lift up the left leg and step it back into high lunge. Exhale, bring the palms back down, step it back for plank. Hold for a moment here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up for cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, come back for child's pose. Inhale as we come back up into tabletop. We're going to anchor on the left knee. Lift up the right, and we're going to rotate for a moment here, really warming up the hip. This time, with the leg out, we're going to bring it forward and around, coming out to the side in lizard pose. Here, if this already feels like a good stretch for you right here through here, then stay right here. If you want to intensify that stretch a little bit more, you can push the hips forward. Straightening that leg. And walk it back and around. This time we're going to anchor on the right knee, rotating the left hip. As we extend it out, we slowly shift the hip forward and bring it out to the side. And again, you can stay right here or press it forward. Exhale as we shift it back, straightening that leg. And walk it back around, coming to meet the right knee back into our tabletop. From here, we're going to anchor on the left knee, lift up the right, arching the back, and then exhale as we bring that knee into our abdomen. Inhale, arching the back and lifting the knee up. Exhale, bring it back under. Inhale. Exhale, and this time we're going to bring it, pivot over, and come in to pigeon pose. And exhale as we plant the palms, curl the toes under, and push it back up into plank. We'll lower back to the knees. And this time we're anchoring on the right knee. And once again, lifting that left leg up, arching the spine, inhaling, exhale as we bring it to our abdomen. Do a few more of these. The last one, we bring it forward, pivot out to the side, and come into pigeon pose. Plant the palms, inhale as we step it, would curl the toes under and step it back, coming back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up for cobra. Exhale down. Inhale as we come back all the way into child's pose. Inhale, we come back up into our tabletop, crisscross the legs, and come back to seat. Here we're going to check in once again, noticing how we feel. A little more mobile, hopefully more mobile than when we started. And we'll start to do, as we started, we're going to bring it back around full circle as to how we ended. We're going to do some abdominal swirls. Taking your breath with your movement. We'll go the other way. Back to center, extend the legs out and lower down. Tuck the shoulder blades under, bring the arms out. Flex the toes and feel the calves for a moment, get a nice stretch and then release. That often feels really good for me. I don't know about you, but it feels like my legs finally release and loosen up. We'll lift. We're going to bring both bottoms of the feet down to the floor, bringing the knees up. And then we're going to lift the knees up and legs up at a 90-degree bend. And once again, gently let them fall over to the right. Inhale as you bring it back up. Exhale as we bring it over to the left. As we bring the legs back up, we're going to bring the right knee in for a hug and let the left leg extend out. Inhale, so bring it back in. Inhale as we extend the right leg out and keep the left leg in for a hug.
exhale as we bring that leg back in. Brace both hands on each knee and just gently round the knees in just a small circle, feeling a lower support in the back, a nice gentle massage in the lower spine and lower back. We'll go the other way. Back to center. We're going to gently roll just a little bit side to side. Again, feeling that gentle massage on the lower back. And lower the knees down. Go ahead and extend the legs out. Open up the arms. Finally take a moment fully relax and let all the muscles finally melt into the ground. Feel today's practice as it's loosened you up. Hopefully prepared your body for a little more movement and exercise today. Begin to regulate the breath. Notice what you feel and what you hear. Just keeping the mind empty for a moment, present. On an inhale, we're going to take the arms, reach up overhead, point the toes, and feel the body stretch. Feel the blood rush from fingers to toes as we begin to wake up. On an exhale, we're going to contract all the muscles, bring the knees in, and curl up into a ball. Inhale once again and release. Nice big full body stretch. On an exhale, lift up those knees, grab from behind, and come to a seat. Notice the posture, notice your spine, notice what you feel. Bring your breath into a nice rhythm. Take a nice deep inhale in, and on the exhale, we are all done for today. Thank you for joining me on this pre-recorded practice. Hopefully it will get your day going. Thank you.